Okay. When she returns, oh, keeps me hanging on. I'll stay. Hello, everybody. That was kind of a weird take at it. It's, you know, a lot cooler when there's a full band of like all 20 of Funkadelic behind you. Or just anybody else. But anyways, guys, welcome back. Another lesson. Guitar with Gavin. All right. We are finally doing a band that I've been wanting to do a lesson on for a super long time, and that is Parliament Funkadelic. I've been wanting to like Cosmic Slop or Red Hot Mama or like, I don't know, there's quite a few, like just great songs of theirs that I want to do. I love them. I've seen them live twice. They're fantastic. They kick ass, okay? Like, I love them. One of my top 3 favorite bands. There's no way they're outside the top 5. Like, I fucking love PFunk, okay? And so we're looking at I'll Stay. Came out in 1974 on the Standing on the Verge of Getting It On album. Standing on the verge of getting it on, getting it on. Great song. So yeah, I'll Stay. It's a pretty easy song. There's like 3 parts to this, right? There's a guitar that's just going like the whole time in the background. There's a bass part with a little guitar with some wah kind of going. Then there's a chord section. Try something out of tune here. What's going on here? What are you doing on? What are you doing to me over here? G string? It's always you. You know, I think if we, you know, I got a name that starts with the same letter, you'd be nicer to me. All right, that sounds good enough. So yeah, let's jump on into this. So let's start with that kind of bass line. And so there's just kind of a wah going on. I'm like, I could technically turn on like a bass filter on this. I'll turn it on. I'll turn it on. I love the bass katana, man. This is great. Okay. So this bass line is pretty simple. We're just walking down. It's just 4 notes on our A string here. So we're gonna start on our E note, the 7th fret of our A string. We're gonna hit it twice, kind of give it a little bit of a rest. And we're gonna hit a 3rd time and then play the 5th fret. Excuse me, twice. So rest. And that rhythm is just kind of how this bass line goes, right? So just 7, 7, 7, 5, 5. And now we do the same thing down to 4. So let's see. And then we do the same thing down to 3. So 7, or 7, 7, 7, 5, 5, 5, 4, 4, 4, 3. And so when we get down to that 3, we get a little all over the place here. So you can hang on to that 3 and you don't have to hit it twice if you don't want to. You can hit it twice. Or, you know, we can kind of start putting in some of these like cool little fills in there as we walk our way back up to the E note or 7th fret. So I, for one, like, just in general, I like going to the 5th fret or D note. It's the flat 7th of an E minor 7 chord, or an E7 technically, but we're in the key of E minor here. So E minor 7, that D note makes it a 7th chord, not a major 7th, a 7th. That's our flat 7th. And it just adds a lot of tension before we get right back to that E minor, so it resolves the riff a little bit as we get back to the beginning. Keep going this way. Just getting out of frame, I don't know. And so you can do that, right? You can do like this chromatic walk up as well, so like a 4, 5, 6, 7. You can do that. Like, I really like that too. It's really fun. You can kind of add in like lots of other notes. You can add in like a G note if you wanted to. So, you know, you can add that kind of thing, maybe a little bluesy kind of thing. You can kind of give a little bend. You know, that kind of thing, and slide into that E, that 7th fret. Lots of cool stuff that you can do there. Depending on like if you're playing this live, if you're listening to a live version, if you are listening to the studio album, like there's lots of different nuances, lots of subtle little changes they go through just to kind of keep it a little fresh, you know, keep it a little going, a little fun, a little funky. It's Funkadelic, right? And so, yeah, that's like our little bass riff part. There's a little guitar part doing it too. I think over the top, it's just really quiet. It's got some wah on there. So it's kind of wah, 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 wah. And so with that kind of note in between, you can, I sometimes will hit an open A and then sometimes a little ghost note. Didn't do it there. I hit 2 ghost notes, so I don't know, I can't do it all of a sudden. Red light fear, right? I don't know. But yeah, so let's jump on into the chords before this like 3-part song gets, or 3 like parts of the song gets this video way too long. So our chords here, G major. I know my reward when she returns. So we go to this G. When she returns. And then we go to a B major. So a G major. She returns to this B major, and then I think we hold on to both chords for 2 measures, right? So when she returns, and then you hear George kind of do this, ooh, keeps me hanging on. We do this little walk down, so a little B flat into an A minor, or 7, 6, 5, whatever is easiest for you. We got A minor, hanging on, I'll stay. And that brings us into the 3rd part. So, riff. We'll go over these real fast. 7, 7, 7, 5, 5, 5, 4, 4, 4, 3, 5. Now we're going to our chords section. G. I know my reward when she returns, keeps me hanging on. Into an A minor, right? I didn't do the walk down there. I wasn't really keeping time either. I'm just trying to give you guys the feel for it without making this video super long. So now we get to this like just guitar in the background that's just kind of like bending like crazy. And all he's doing is just bending from a D note into an E note. And so like 2 places you can do it. You can do it 10th fret over high E, just bend that up a whole step. Oops. No. There you go. Or you can do it on the 15th of the B, bend it up a whole step. And the reason I was saying oops and no, you don't want to hit this C. I kept going down to the C note. I don't know why. You don't want to go down to the B. You don't want to C. We want to stick this between just bending from a D note to an E note. That's all I want to keep this doing right here, right? So we got bends. There's a ton of sustain on these. It is just holding out forever and ever and ever and ever. So there's lots of different variations of him bending this, but something that helps keep that sustain kind of going is a little bit of vibrato, right? We can keep these fingers moving a little bit and keep the sound kind of going. Obviously, like it's still gonna die out, but something that you can do. And then, so yeah, you'll hear ones where it's just kind of just getting into that E note. You'll hear some that get a little vibrato in there. You'll hear you'll hear, oh man, fuck, okay, English. You'll hear some that bend and then come down and then go back up, so. And then, you know, put the vibrato on top of that. So lots of different variations of that. When it comes time to solo, like this is just E minor pentatonic. It's pretty straightforward for you guys. And because, you know, that bass note is getting to that C sharp, don't be afraid to add in that C sharp. So, you know, if you're bending, we're matching the bass right here, right? And then we go down to the G maybe. Oops, sorry, so G, right? We're bending into like a note that has a G. We bend into a note that is within the G chord. So like a B. So that's something that, here's something interesting. Let's put it this way. So like, if we're on that 15th fret of our B, we bend it up a whole step. We hit an E note, which is matching that first note of the bass line, right? We bring the bass, or we bring the bend down back to the 15. That's a D note, matching the next. And then we can go down to the 14. So that's a C sharp. We go down again. That's our C, which is matching that. And if now you're going into the part with the chords and goes to a G, you can go back one more. The reason why is because a B note is the major third of a G chord. So we have just, and to really emphasize this upcoming B chord, because it's a B major, we can hit the major third of it, which is going to be the 11th fret on our high E, or the 16th fret on the B, either one, but I just feel like this one's closer, so. Right, that's pretty neat. It's gonna sound really cool. It's gonna sound really out there. It's gonna sound, you know, like one of those outside the box notes. But yeah, that's your major third of a B. And then we go to an A minor chord, right? Well, the 5th note in an A minor, the 5 of an A minor chord, is an E. So we go to 12th fret on the high E. So we have like this. That kind of thing, right? So you can kind of hear some different notes getting thrown in there, and then, you know, it goes back up to that E, and you can hit a G note, that's the minor third, and, you know, if we're doing it E minor 7 kind of sense. But yeah, guys, that's all stay. I just kind of dragged on a little bit, I'm sorry. But yeah, that's all stay. It's pretty simple, it's pretty easy, it's very spacey, it's very like, it's a jam, but a very like calm jam. It's kind of fun to sing as well. Yeah, let me know if you have any comments, questions, concerns, requests below. Let me know your favorite PFunk song. I love them. Or like your favorite song that they were sampled in, because they were sampled a ton, still are. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Happy jamming and rock on.